Hello, welcome to Ready Bet Action. I know I took us to a weird screen there. I apologize. But there's always dancing while that music's playing. If you want to know what's happening off camera, it's just us jamming all the time. And so, Stefan, how's it going on this fine Thursday before our great President's weekend?
Yes, good. We are 3-0 on soccer this week, so that's amazing.
Killing it.
Hit the bet again today, so that's great. So hopefully you guys are tailing those. Find them on TikTok, Instagram, because sometimes we don't get to it on the podcast. Those ones we did though. But yeah, doing good. Excited for a weekend. I know tomorrow's still Friday, but it feels like it should be the weekend.
It does. I think I'm counting it as a weekend. I think we can count it. Like, they refused to give us the Monday off after Super Bowl Sunday. And so what happens now is all workers are just going to pretty much not work on Friday because we're all exhausted. And dude, I was like, oh, I didn't think I partied too hard. Like I mostly watched Super Bowl by myself, but dude, I was in rough shape on Monday. And I really think it would be benefit employers to give Super Bowl Monday off.
I don't think.
Why aren't we playing on Saturday? Why aren't we playing on Saturday?
Dude, did you know that like the college football playoffs are on like the craziest days next year? There's like on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays. Like,
well, and the championship's always on a Monday. Like, who is doing this to us?
Yeah, the world hates us. Hey, but we've got picks.
We do have picks today. We can dive right in. So this is the time of year where I've been kind of paying attention to college basketball, throughout the late fall and winter, but this is the time of year I actually start to watch college basketball. So, I'm excited to start watching some games, really getting geared up for March Madness. I usually do a trip to Vegas. I'm going to do some kind of mini version of that here this year. But big betting weekends coming up. I really do think it behooves us and people to start paying attention to the teams you want to bet on now in March Madness, of who you like, who you don't like. So you don't get into March Madness and the conference tournament weekends and just don't know what you're doing. So start watching college basketball. That's what I'm doing. My very first pick, not a lot of big games tomorrow night for Friday the 16th. However, there's one pick I really like, and that is in the Atlantic 10. I'm going to take VCU -5.5 versus St. Louis. St. Louis's program is in a bunch of turmoil this year. They are at the bottom of the A10. VCU is still in striking distance of the top and will be a factor in that tournament to try to get into the big dance. So VCU, when they played about 4 weeks ago, beat St. Louis by 15. At VCU, this game's at St. Louis. This is kind of the time of year that you start to see teams kind of give up a little bit, like St. Louis, who only have 8 wins, on the season. So VCU will come out with some effort, I think. So this is my first official college basketball pick. Let's see how we do tomorrow night. But that's enough of college basketball.
No, it's not. I feel like we should talk about UConn for like 30 minutes.
We should. That's your team.
Yeah. It's fun.
I hope my CU Buffs are going to be on the fringe conversation for the rest of the season, and if they don't make it, I'll hop on your UConn bandwagon because I got nothing else to cheer for. Illinois, I like to hop on the Illinois train. They're not always great though, but we'll see. We'll see some good teams this year.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's jump over to soccer, shall we? We're going to go to Serie A, which is the Italian league. My first play today is Torino. They are hosting Lecce. You might recognize that team because we have been picking on them quite a bit. That is because they have only 24 points in 24 games. Again, you get 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw. So to only be averaging 1 point a game, not great. Torino is in 10th place, mid-table team, but they're in pretty decent form. They haven't lost in their last 5. They've won 2 of those, drawn 3. Meanwhile, Lecce has lost 4 of their last 5. So Torino hosting Lecce, I think this is a pretty easy one. A little bit of juice here at -140, but I like this one regardless. My next play, my final play, Eric, half of it is still in Serie A. We are going to do one of my favorite picks, a number 1 versus a number 20. So we've got the best going against the worst. We're going to take Inter Milan on the money line. And because that is juiced like crazy, we're going to parlay that with Werder Bremen on the double chance. going to Cologne. Cologne they have underperformed what their roster is. Like, they should be a mid-table team, but they have been really, really bad actually this year. So we're going to continue to pick on them. Their form has picked up a little bit, but Werder Bremen has won 3 of their last 4. Coming into this one, they're in good shape as well. We just need them to not lose. I think that is definitely in the cards. So I like this one. I think we get Werder Bremen to not lose on that double chance. Parlay it with a sure thing in Inter Milan. Get it at minus 132. That's a price I'm willing to pay.
I love that.
It feels safe. I don't like some of those like minus 160s and stuff like that, but we've got a minus 140 and a minus 132. Not great, but we are on a hot streak, so you may as well ride it, even if you got to pay up for it.
We got to ride this hot streak out. I don't feel like we invested enough in your last hot streak, so I'm going to keep going with this one.
The second we increase the unit size, it's destined to fail.
Oh, I will not increase the unit size on this hot streak. It's just more of like, make sure I bet every single one of them.
Yeah.
And not miss out on any. Because you're right. As soon as we do, we talk about this. Me and you talk about this in our own personal text messages all the time, which is like, man, increased my units yesterday and lost all my bets.
Yeah.
Like I was on an absolute heater, and something about increasing units just talks to the sports betting gods to tell you to lose everything.
Right. It's always a weekend where I decide to like double the amount of bets, like that one show where I had 13 soccer picks. Yes. I put so much bankroll. Like I didn't lose it all, obviously. I'm now back up over that. So like I've recovered, but that one stung quite a bit.
It's just the way the universe works. Yeah. All right. Well, do not forget to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, X, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. Please click the subscribe, download, like buttons. Hit all the buttons. Just if you're watching us on or listening on anything, just hit all the buttons.
If there's a heart, a check mark, a plus, hit them all.
Hit all the ones that resemble positive things.
Yes.
All right. That being said, we can do a quick rundown of this show. These picks are for Friday, February 16th. I'm going to start. I have one NCAA men's basketball pick. Give me Virginia Commonwealth minus 5.5 at St. Louis tomorrow night. Stefan, what about you?
Yeah, we're going to go with Torino on the money line versus Lecce in Serie A. We're going to take a Serie A Bundesliga parlay for my second pick. We're going to take Inter Milan on the money line, and we're going to parlay that with Werder Bremen, double chance. You get that at minus 132.
I love it. We are ready bet action. Let's go make some money. We will come back at you with a lot more soccer on Friday for this weekend and hopefully some more NCAA basketball. NBA is on the All-Star break. Enjoy the NBA festivities. I personally love all the skills challenges and will skip the game. That's about it for me. So,
and I'll be skipping all of it, watching some soccer, recording some podcasts. You can find me over at College to Canton with RotoViz, recording with Travis here in a minute too. So we'll have a good time there. Thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate it.